gets transmitted through the delay. At this time, we'll take any emergency or priority traffic. Okay, hearing none, I'll take a roll call. Let's see. Start of the list here. K0DID. KB0SME. KC0JBN. KC0NSS. KC0OZ. KC0WVE. Thanks, Larry. We got you in. A little scratchy, but you're there. Gotcha. KC8GPD. KD0ZXH.
KD0ZXH.
Thanks, Dave. KE0VXJ. KF0GAZ. KG7YJF. KW0P Mobile.
KW0P Mobile.
Thanks, Kurt. W0DPD. W0SSB.
W0SSB.
Thanks, Rick. WD0BQM.
WD0BQM.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, well, I think everybody on the air was at the meeting yesterday. Sure do appreciate it. And I guess I've got no new business. I'm trying to come up with some good thing that we can do in January when we get back together for our ARES meeting. And but haven't come up with anything yet. But it'll be something. Unless you guys can think of something we should talk about or do at that meeting. I know one thing I think we should probably talk about is start coming up with a plan for some drills. You know, like simulated emergency test, which occurs. I think that's October of every year. Things like that. So maybe we can discuss that at our meeting in January. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Anyone with questions or comments?
KW0P.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, Steve, I don't know the status of all of our active members in this, but you have expressed a lot of interest in the past on previous nets that you would like everyone to get into the WinLink thing. I would say I think every one of us that's active does have a computer. I know I do. I don't know about everybody else. I'm pretty sure everybody has a computer, but you might want to remind everybody, and maybe you might want to consider sending an email out with some links. It's not hard to look it up, but maybe you might want to send some links to the active ARES members, or maybe it's just all of them, on how to get into the WinLink and the VARA. You've expressed a lot of interest in having your members get into that, and you and I are in it. We've used it, but I really don't believe everyone actually understands what it is and how it works. And, I'd be willing to help you explain it to them too. Anyway, I was just mentioning that you might want to let everybody know, because you got your FEMA forms, you got your ICS forms, all that. Anyway, that's it. KW0P.
Okay, Kurt, thanks. Brought up a great point. You know, I've noticed that a lot of groups do this around the country, and that might be something we can start doing. It's called a WinLink check-in. It's a form in WinLink. You do not need Vera for this because you can do this over the computer. And as I've mentioned many times, on WinLink Express, you do not need to be on the radio to do WinLink. WinLink is a program that just has all kinds of functionality. Oh, geez, just want to do these updates. A lot of functionality, but one of the things I'm trying to get this program to load up so I can pull it down. One of the things on WinLink, and we can do this, everybody should at least download WinLink Express. You can download Vera. You do not need to pay for either one of those. If you have WinLink Express, which I think is called RMS Express on the download page for it, I could send a link for that. But once the program loads, it is called WinLink. The thing about that is, it used to be called RMS Express, and then about 3 or 4 years ago, they decided to change it to WinLink Express, but the software remains the same name, but brings it up. In any case, WinLink Express, you get messages, and you get these formats, and in the, I believe it's, let's see here, if it's in the global, mapping, yes. I think it's in the global templates. Nope. Weather, share, radiogram, on mapping, ICS, oh, here it is, general forms. Yeah, there it is, WinLink check-in text. Okay, you click on that, and it's just a simple little check-in. Just your call sign, your name, your location. This would normally be an amateur exercise. If it's no band, if you're doing it on Telnet, you would click Telnet, and then you would do the session via Telnet. And then once you get this thing going, you submit the form to WinLink Express, and then click the Telnet session, and it'll send it over the internet, and I'll get that. And we could use that so that you can kind of get familiar with the system. It's real easy. I think that's a great idea. I'll work on that. We can get to you. I think everybody who's on the air who has not done it yet, I would like you to download WinLink Express and N6RSH reset. And matter of fact, I can do this just to make sure. WinLink, go to WinLink Global. You go to WinLink Global Radio Email, just do a search for WinLink, and that's to get you winlink.org. And you go to Downloads, and you go to User Programs. Yeah, and it's called, they've renamed it. It is called WinLink Express. You do the WinLink Express install, and you download that, you unzip it, and you do the exe file, and you will install that on your computer. You can do Vera. That's if you want to hook your computer up to your radio. We'll be doing that at the in the EOC. But the only difference between you running it at your home and doing it on the EOC is the session. You change the session from Telnet to in the case of our radios in the EOC, either Vera FM or Vera HF. That's the only difference. Everything else runs exactly the same, except that when you do a radio mode, either Vera HF or Vera FM, I think you choose a gateway to connect to, and it gives you the probability of your ability to connect to it depending on the time of day and band you're using. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, learn to use the forms. And we should do that. We should do a WinLink check-in. I could do that every, we have our net on Wednesdays, and I could announce it here on the radio when we do the net and say, okay, I need a WinLink check-in from members, and then you guys have the rest of the week to send it in. You don't have to do it right away. Oh, you can. Or you could, send it tomorrow if you happen to be in a room that doesn't have a computer. So that kind of a thing. That's a good idea. That'll give everybody kind of an idea of how that part of WinLink works. And it's just a matter, WinLink is just a matter of pulling down the form you want to fill out, fill the form in, submit it to WinLink Express, select your session. Let me see, I can close this. Yeah. So select your session where it says open session. You got a whole list of different ways you can do this. From Telnet, WinLink, Pactor, which is an expensive modem we don't need, RDOP, Vera HF, FM, Iridium, whatever it is, packet peer-to-peer, and all these kinds of things, peer-to-peer, and then radio only. So that's, you just change your session. Now, if you do not computer, the top selection is Telnet, WinLink. That's exactly what you'll be doing on, I'll go back to HF here. You would be doing on your computer, right? N6RSH, reset. That's a good point, Kurt. While I got you on the radio here, Kurt, can you give us an update on, you said you were going to do some kind of a presentation. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. Presentation with CERT. Have you come up with how you're going to do that presentation and what you're going to say yet?
Roger. Yeah, I just started working on that here a couple days ago. I started doing the PowerPoint. I have written a script that I'm using to guide myself in creating the PowerPoint. And there is a potential to get more folks in CERT interested in becoming hams. So that's one of the items. But generally, what this is about is CERT has their own radio systems. And I do believe they are getting ready to switch over to 800 megahertz for theirs. But the whole idea is to show them how we are integrated with emergency management, Region 22 emergency management with Rob, and how it integrates with our other served members, which would include all Scottsbluff County and Banner County agencies, as well as FEMA, DHS, you name it. It's local, state, and federal. And I'm just wanting to show them how we integrate with them. You know, they do their radio thing. And if we can have someone in our EOC that is a CERT member that can operate that radio, we can actually take information from CERT. It can come to Rob at Emergency Management. Then he can decide if he wants to have anything sent over HF to Lincoln or what have you. And I just wanted to, my goal is to show them how all this stuff is integrated and how our ham radio ARES group is there to help out. So yeah, that's pretty much, I've got a pretty good general idea. I just got to fine tune it, that's all. And that will be presented the first Tuesday of February.
All right, thanks, Kurt. Yeah, I think what you might want to, emphasize is that I don't think amateur radio would be in use during a CERT event per se, except as has happened in these hurricanes that happened out in the southeast. In multiple occasions, when the existing radio system, if their 800 system goes down, that's where we would become very useful for them. So that we would basically, I think I would stress that we're a backup, or we could be a backup to their system. So that if their 800 system gets blown over from tornadoes and our radios are, and we're able to get our radios on the air before they can, we can supplement their communication system until they get their stuff back on the air. That's kind of what ham radio has been doing lately, because with all these new communication systems that the agencies have, they will fail. It's not like they possibly could. They will. The situation can get bad enough that it can cause a failure. And that's where ham radio is. When all else fails, ham radio, we can back them up until they get their system back online. And that's probably one of the best functions that ham radio does. And ARES will be there for that. So good luck with that. Thanks for giving us an update on that, Kurt. N6RSH for Region 22 ARES. Break with you. Before I continue with questions or comments, any late or missed members or visitors, please come now. Okay, any other questions or comments before we close the net? Okay, well, thanks everybody for participating in the net, and I hope to have you have a good rest of your evening. This is N6RSH, closing the Region 22 ARES net at 1916 hours, and returning the Tri-City Amateur Radio Club system to normal amateur use. 73, N6RSH.
And that, ladies and gents, is a typical amateur radio emergency net here in the Region 22 Emergency Management location out here in western Nebraska. Catch y'all later.